Hey, everybody, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're going to do a series called The 5 Worst Things You Could Do on Contest Day. And Adam, I have listed, it's a little bit general, but just allowing for too much chaos, being unprepared. And even though that's a little bit of a global concept, this is a very obsessive sport. That's not going to change. You're going to have a million things to think of, a million things to keep track of and do, especially as peak week mounts and you get closer to the contest. But if you don't spread out that obsession and that workload, it's going to crush contest day. So a lot of it comes down to familiarity with the venue, with the schedule, class times and so forth. Even when you get backed into a corner, and I hate it when clients say, oh, I have a hair and makeup appointment at 2 a.m. on the day of the contest, so they're getting zero sleep. Just being ready early and trying to make sure, whether it's your first contest or your 50th contest, you have a way to kind of ease into the day. And you see a lot of clients with some experience who have kind of mastered that. But I'm curious, just the 5 worst things you could do on contest day if that would have made your top 5, Adam.
Yeah, I think that there's some people who just want to self-destruct or, you know, when your body is being judged, I almost can't blame them. They immediately now have an excuse.
Hmm.
Uh, I had a client who did nationals every year, and he always had something to blame. It was never me, so that was kind of nice. But he really did. He always had something that was marginal on why he didn't win, and that was always the tone of the show afterwards.
Gotcha. I don't think you're incorrect there. Subconsciously, when you get into, and this is a way bigger topic, but fear of failure, fear of success, I mean, that is part of it. If you can give yourself a little wiggle room there. Um, and I think, and you kind of remind me of, there is a type of person that is like that is always disorganized, never has everything thought through. And I get it. I mean, personality psychology is personality psychology. We have different strengths and weaknesses, but man, this is not a time or place to not prepare. So I really do think just considering it, even the management of chaos is important. What can I do? And I think most of us know clients who ask, do you have a list? Do you have a peak week list? And clients do this. Sometimes coaches do it. Here's 142 items to think through, to check off the list, to make sure you have done. Do you have a process like that takes some of the pressure off of clients?
We have a checklist of like everything they could need. I think the one thing that we can't prepare clients for, no matter how many different shows you do, the backstage setup will be different. If I'm at the show, I usually have my females watch the bodybuilders and see how they're doing the roll call and stuff like that, just so they understand and kind of have an idea of where to pump up. You don't necessarily get the opportunity to, when you're online with people, to be that hands on, but that's why you have expediters and everybody else. So as long as people understand who, what, where they need to be, you can coach people to victory pretty easily. But it really does take that person who is organized, who does follow instructions well. I'd like to say I've never had anybody miss a class, but I unfortunately broke that in 2020, the year of the tent at North Americans. My client who had won her pro card missed the finals, which happened right after prejudging. So that that record's broken now.
And again, I mean, that can come down to just being unaware. So no matter how many times you have to consider every single aspect of the show, to literally have gone through that in your mind a million times, again, spread out over time, so you don't have to do it the day of the show, is really important. And you bring up a great point, which is you have to expect some chaos at the show, period. It's just going to happen. Delays, so forth, misunderstandings, maybe even facility changes at the show. Things happen, and even promoters didn't realize they have to make some changes, and you don't want all of your shit to be in total disarray and then have to carry that into the already ever fluctuating circumstances. But guys, we appreciate you watching and even subscribing. I would ask this with topics like this, when we're giving top fives and so forth, I'd love to hear your comments. Let us know what we may have missed. So we're going to come back with 4 more episodes in this series, and we'll keep chipping away. We'll see you then.